So, probably like most of you, once I discovered that my ex had been cheating on me for quite some time, I ran all the previous months and years through my mind. And I tried to figure out when he was lying and what things were actually true. And as you can imagine, it was a difficult exercise. One, because of the pain that it caused. Starting to see for the first time what was really going on behind the scenes in moments when I felt in love and I felt loved. But it was also a difficult exercise because even in hindsight, it was quite difficult to figure out some of his lies. And the reason for that? Well, let's just say if there was an award for lies, he would get first place. What I'm going to share with you today are 7 strategies that cheaters often use in order to tell convincing lies. So the first thing that cheaters often do is they choose a partner who has integrity. So you may have noticed that cheaters like to accuse others of cheating. Well, this goes the other way as well. Those of us that operate with integrity, that value honesty, that can never imagine cheating on somebody, well, our brains don't readily go there. And so when somebody tells us that they're faithful, we're likely to believe them because that's, to us, that seems natural, normal. And so we expect that others feel and behave the same way that we do. Cheaters like to tell lies that are close to the truth. They make sure that their stories are plausible. And this does a couple things. One, it keeps you from getting too suspicious because it seems like something that might be real. And it also makes it easier for them to keep all of the details straight if they just alter it ever so slightly or fail to mention one little piece. One that my ex did that I still, now I can actually laugh about it, is he told me that he was in Brazil working an auto show. Well, he had worked for that same car manufacturer the prior year at the annual auto show, so I had no reason to think anything else. And there was an auto show that week in Brazil. But it turned out that he no longer worked for that manufacturer and he was in Brazil, but he certainly was not on that showroom floor. But it made it easy for him to pass that lie off as truth because there was no reason for me to doubt it. Cheaters like to give you plentiful details when they lie. It's almost like their words are painting a picture. And then they envelope you in those details and in that imagery. And you become so caught up in that story that they're telling that you don't even think to question it because it seems like all those details have answered any question that you may have. And it also seems unfathomable that they could have made up all of those little tiny supporting details. And sometimes that's exactly where they came from. Cheaters like to elicit your sympathy. And it's quite simple. If you're feeling sorry for them, you're not going to be suspicious of them at the same time. So they may feign an injury or an illness or suddenly tell you about some trauma, real or imagined, in their past in order to get you to feel sorry for them instead of starting to poke your nose into those lies that they'd rather keep hidden. Cheaters are often quite good at using what I call supporting evidence. And these are tangible things. It's proof, so to say, that what they're saying is real, that it's the truth. Now, this evidence could be real and something that they are using, though, to convince you of lies, or they twist its meaning around. Or these things could also be manufactured. One of the ones that my ex did, and this was actually a lie that he was telling his other wife, is when I retrieved his car from the police impound lot, I found our insurance card, car insurance card, in the center console. But there was one strange detail. You see, our actual insurance card, the one that was on a PDF that we could download at any time, had both of our names on it. But this one had been manipulated, digitally manipulated, to remove my name and make it appear as though he was the only one on the account. So that was a piece of evidence that I'm sure he made sure that his other wife saw. So-called proof that he really was single and available. And cheaters are often good at this. There's certain things that they want to ensure that you see so that you don't pay attention and don't go looking for those other things that would prove their guilt. Cheaters are almost as good as professional magicians at using distraction. They excel at getting your attention to focus one direction so that you don't pay attention to what they're doing in the other direction. And finally, another strategy that cheaters use to create convincing lies is to make you believe that it's all you. They use gaslighting to turn around all of your suspicions and all of your doubt and all of your concerns. And so that instead of thinking that there's something wrong with them, you start to believe that there's something wrong with you. So there it is. Those are 7 ways that cheaters are able to tell us such convincing lies. Those lies that we fell for, either because they were so good at deceiving, or because we didn't really want to believe the truth. Or my guess is that for most of us, it's probably some blend of the two. But here's the good news. Now, you know. You're not being lied to anymore. You're not in the dark anymore. Now you know the truth. The power is no longer with them. It's with you.